What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Michael Knapp Fishing. Today's video, we are doing the on-the-water review of the Lews HyperMag and the Lews Custom Lite. We're going to combine them together into one video because the rod and the reel, I paired them together while throwing a thunder cricket out at the honey hole. So we're just going to go ahead and review them both together. We're going to use a little bit of that footage that we had from last week. So we're going to roll that intro. We're going to dive right into it. Alright guys, so let's go over a couple of things real quick with the rod and the reel. So as you all know, these are both Gen 2s. These are both original designs that have been around for a little while now. The Gen 2 Custom Lite rod, I feel, went under this crazy redesign that I absolutely loved. I think it is just a phenomenal rod, so much so that I am debating on getting multiple of them, if not building an entire arsenal out of the Custom Lite lineup. You can pretty much do everything with that Custom Lite lineup except for throw these monster glide baits. Anything over, I believe, 4 ounces, you're just kind of out on. You can't really do that. But besides that, you can do everything else with it, and these rods are incredibly comfortable. A lot of power to them, true to power too. That's a big thing for me, is the rods being true to power. A lot of the time, somebody will say it's a medium heavy fast, but it's really a little bit softer or a little bit heavier. I've fished a couple of companies like that. I'm not going to name any names, but I have fished a couple of them that are like that. So that's really something that I really enjoy about the Custom Lite, is that it's true to power. Now let's talk the HyperMag. So the HyperMag Gen 2 went under a redesign as well, and it looks more like the Pro TI and the Elite TI now with the frame. But the number one thing about the HyperMag is that it continues to have that coating on there. I'm not sure what the coating is, but the reel does not get cold in your hand. We went out with Blake Johnson, a buddy of mine he came from South Dakota to fish with me, and he of course picked one of the coldest days out there. And I wanted him to feel the difference. I handed him my HyperMag and handed him my Elite TI. And he was like, why is one so much colder than the other? Have you been holding on to this one the whole time? I was like, no, they're both fresh. Like, I haven't touched either of them. And the HyperMag is just, it's got something on it that allows them not to get super cold, which is just really, really cool. I really enjoy that. They said 8:3 to 1 gear ratio is my HyperMag. It'll also come in a 7.5 to 1 gear ratio, but the 7.5 to 1 gear ratio wasn't available when I got this one yet in a left-handed. It was available for righties, just not lefties yet. So I went ahead with the 8.3 to 1. I know a lot of people will be like, well, that's a little quick for a thunder cricket. It'll be all right. So, like I said, I am throwing a thunder cricket on this. The rod is a 7-foot 4-inch medium heavy mod fast. This is specifically designed for the thunder cricket. I wasn't real sure if I was going to like the extra length on there. I usually throw the thunder cricket on a 7-foot or a 7.2. Sometimes I throw on my 7.3 Elite, but this one's a 7.4, and I usually always throw my thunder, and this is where people think I'm weird also, I usually throw my thunder cricket on a medium heavy fast. And I know a lot of people down where they fish in grass and stuff, they're like, well, you want to moderate on a thunder cricket so that when you pull it through that grass, it's a delayed pull. I don't have grass, so that's never been a factor for me. But with the new Custom Lite being a mod fast, I was like, well, I kind of get best of both worlds. Let's just see. Let's see what I think of it. So immediately we get out there, and I really do enjoy the extra 4 inches on there. I know that was something that I wasn't 100% sure if I was gonna like, if I wanted to keep going longer and longer and longer with the rods, but I really did enjoy it a lot. It's very easy to cast. It's very easy to roll. It's just very smooth. The transition going from that 7 to the 7.4 was very smooth, and casting this thing is very smooth. The reel seat and the grips on the Custom Lite are phenomenally comfortable. I cannot tell you how comfortable that rod is. I feel as though it pairs perfectly with the HyperMag, and I know a lot of people are like, well, why don't you pair the Custom Lite reel with the Custom Lite rod? Well, I can do that. I didn't really think about it at first. I just instantly went with the HyperMag because that's the new rod with the new reel. It's just what I went with. So yeah, those two together were really a lot of fun to fish here. So immediately I wanted to see how was my hook sets, how was I going to be able to handle the change from fast to mod fast, and I was pleasantly surprised. The first two fish that I caught, the hooks did come out really easy, and I think that's because I wasn't setting hard, because I'm used to the fast where I didn't really have to set hard. They kind of set themselves. So after the first two, I really started reeling up, leaning back, and cracking. And I didn't have any problems from then on out. The hooks didn't fall out easily. They were stuck in there really good. So we did hook into an almost 4-ish pounder. The rod handled it phenomenally. The reel, the drag never even slipped on me, which that was another thing I always look for is guys, I'm 6'3", 300 pounds. I'm a big dude. I set the hook hard, and I know a lot of people are like, you don't need to set the hook so hard. Yeah, well, bite me. So I like setting the hook hard, and that was huge for me on the HyperMag, was the drag didn't slip. That's something that I really look for in a lot of reels, is I don't want drag slippage when I set the hooks hard. So as far as the smoothness of the reel, you guys know it's a HyperMag. Lews 3 higher end reels, the HyperMag, the Pro TI, and the Elite TI. They are all just buttery smooth, so much fun to fish. So the one thing that I really didn't think about at first, but now that I'm looking at it and I think is really cool, all three of the high-end models for Lews, the Elite TI, Pro TI, and HyperMag, they all three now have the same knobs. They have the same frame style as well. So you're really getting fluidity through all three. So you can switch back and forth with the three, and they feel incredibly similar. So that's a really cool thing to be able to do, because I'm not like all the other pros. Like a couple of guys that I work with, they have 20 Custom Lite rods and 20 Signature Series rods. Like, that's what they like. Those are the rods they use. It's different for me because I try to bring you all as much content as I can over different stuff. So it's very rare that I ever have more than 2 or 3 of the same model of rod. While I probably will in the future build an entire Custom Lite arsenal, because I really do love these rods a lot, I'm going to try to keep as many as I can of other things for you guys, to be able to review for you guys, to be able to show everything that Lews has to offer. So the rods come in at $149 to $179. They're really affordable, and you get a lot of bang for your buck, I feel. These rods, in my opinion, they can compete with these $300 rods. It's very comfortable. The blank is a phenomenal blank. It's super sensitive. You feel everything. I feel every single tick with that Thunder Cricket. The guides are stainless guides. I really liked the guides a lot. And then of course the handles are the JDM inspired wind grips. I think they're called Pro Weave. Very, very nice. I enjoyed those a lot. They're a lot of fun to fish, and they just feel really good in your hands. The HyperMag is a HyperMag. I've always loved the HyperMag. I love everything the HyperMag has always offered. My only complaint, and I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, and this goes for the HyperMag, the Pro TI, and the Elite TI, is I wish they were offered in a 6-gear ratio. Other than that, I think they're awesome reels, perfect reels. I absolutely love them to death. So, guys, the two rod, the reel, everything together is just an all-around awesome combo. I think you'll really enjoy it. We're gonna wrap it up. I feel like I'm just rambling on about this, so we're gonna wrap this video up, guys. Hopefully next week I'll be out on the water. I was supposed to go this week out on the water, but Cody had to cancel on me, and it was also incredibly, the high that day was only like 26, so I kind of understand it was cold. So but we'll hopefully be out on the water. Maybe we'll go to the Honey Hole again, or maybe Cherokee, I'm not sure yet. But we will be doing some cool things here with a couple of my pros that I work with. I know one of them, I'm going to be probably going over to his house. We're going to film together, so y'all see him on my channel soon. Not going to tell you who it is yet, but you're going to see a little bit. Actually, you'll probably see quite a bit of him on my channel. We don't live too far away from each other, and we both really get along well. We love to film together, so you're probably going to see quite a bit of him. So guys, if y'all like these videos, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know, have you picked up a Gen 2 HyperMag or a Gen 2 Custom Lite? If not, are you going to? Let me know down there in the comment section below, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, notifications on. Take care, everybody.